Welcome to Alchemize Yourself Tarot. We're going to be on a self-abandonment recovery journey where we explore the deepest heartbreak and where you have left yourself behind, where you have abandoned yourself. So this is all about returning to yourself. Because many of you have been dealing with a person who dims your life. They dampen your joy or vitality. You've been getting drained and you're deciding to strategically pull yourself back from this connection. Trying to get back into your own energy center, because when dealing with this person you felt very blinded. You felt like you were an Eight of Swords energy. You didn't understand why you were feeling a certain way, why you were being treated in a certain way. This person was creating self-doubt and a limited view. They had a very limited view about who you are, while simultaneously feeding off of your energy. And many of you are a great source of energy, because the sun and the star, these are, energy centers. The sun and the star are sources of energy and growth and abundance, just on a cosmic level. But this person was costing you your sense of self dealing with this person at a certain point. And it's like they need your energy for their security right now, because they aren't feeling fully stable within themselves. And this is a message from Spirit to not be abandoning yourself or your own energy in order to feed someone else's ego, because many of you do have a strong instinct and intuition that this has been happening, and someone doesn't want you to see the truth. So they may, take little jabs at you, expect you to be super adaptable while they're rigid. King of Coins in the reverse is somebody that's rigid. They're not nurturing. They're not generous. They're not giving back. They're a taker. They're selfish. But you're intuitively feeling this because you're feeling drained. And you're feeling really stuck in your head about the way this person's treating you. And it's probably because you've sensed, well, why isn't this person reciprocating? Why are they not giving back? So we're going to go a layer deeper here. And we're going to explore what this person's true intentions are. We're going to get some more answers and clarity and confirmation of why you've been feeling this way. That way you can return to yourself, because if you've been feeling really drained or heartbroken, or, sometimes people will take your energy and then reject you. They'll destroy your sense of confidence. They'll leave you feeling really stuck and uncertain about yourself, very distracted. Eight of Swords is all about getting up in your head, not feeling really grounded. Somebody's definitely destabilized you on a mental level to where you're not really trusting yourself. The Spirit doesn't want you to feel that way, because sun and star, you're meant to feel really really strong and stable and confident in yourself right now. Many of you have put a lot of work into yourself as well. So you may be feeling really thrown back at how this person's made you feel. Yeah, many of you did have some sort of argument or fallout with this person. There was definitely some karmic interference. Could have even been some karmic interference that you didn't know about. You could have been picking up on that with that sixth sense. Your instinct told you something was off. This person could have been competing with you, intentions with you, maybe even starting something with you unnecessarily. But they're definitely thinking about, you lashing out. Some of you stood up for yourself. You actually called this person out on it. So they're feeling that tension right now. They could have been projecting their karmic situation onto you, and that left you feeling really out of alignment. So their karmic interference, they were using your energy to support some sort of other conflict that they were going through. But they definitely are thinking about an argument you had or a fallout you had when you stood up for yourself. What is this person feeling right now? Yeah, they're definitely going to do something really unexpected. This argument could have come very unexpected. They may have been shocked that there was a sudden shift in your energy. Like once they had drained you, you called them out. You fought back in some way. You stood up for yourself. They were not expecting this. There's been a sudden change in the energy. They're not able to get that warmth and healing from you in the same way. It's because King of Coins in the reverse, they were not reciprocating. They weren't giving it back. And you felt it, and your instincts. We have the animals, we have nature. You instinctively felt it, and you pulled back your energy, and this person feels really shocked by this sudden shift in the dynamic. Because I think that you were being so adaptable and flexible, they weren't expecting you to call them out on it. You're a lot stronger than they were expecting. I mean, you're the sun and the star. You're not going to be abandoning yourself just unconditionally for somebody that's not actually showing up and nurturing the connection. You expect balance and fairness. How do they see you now? How are they seeing you? Summer? Well, they're definitely seeing you as warm. Your sun energy. You're light, playful, you're warm. You know, they're thinking of this all could have played out in the summertime. And this is land and water. You're very solid and grounded, but you're also very fluid and emotional. The ocean is very unpredictable as well. So there's this natural force behind who you are. You're unpredictable in some way. What else do they see? Yeah, they definitely see you as somebody very committed, very devoted to your family, to your commitment. You are very committed and nurturing. You're also somebody that they know is worthy of commitment. So even if they had an unexpected fallout or argument with you, it definitely triggered a reaction, a shift in their perspective. Let's say they weren't really giving to the connection or committal. They're definitely seeing you differently now. And what they're wanting, they're wanting to make an offer. So this person definitely wants to come back around because they sense that shift. They sense that you're only going to settle for commitment, and you're in this dark feminine energy. You're fearless. You're fierce. And dark feminine energy is the natural world. That's the fierceness of the leopard and the lightning strike and the ocean. You contain all of that. So you're very dynamic. You are not just this doormat, this endlessly adaptable, flexible person. You're a force of nature, and it's very seductive. It's fearless. You're fierce. This person is really attracted to your dark feminine energy, and they are coming in, different. You called this person out. They saw a different side of you, and they like it. They actually like it. They see you as in your full power and strength when you embody that dark feminine energy. But they may try to create some sort of trauma bond with you. This person may like to trigger reactions out of you. So this could end up being a karmic relationship where you have to learn to set boundaries with this person because they're behaving really toxic. They only make offers when your energy shifts, when you're not being adaptable. So it could be like a hot and cold roller coaster type dynamic. It's like they only like you when you're reactive. This person likes to trigger you. They like you in that really seductive, dark, feminine energy, but this is definitely doesn't always lead to a sense of security and stability. So you need to ask yourself, is this a trauma bond? Is this a karmic lesson? Or is this somebody that you can feel grounded and stable with? So I'm definitely sensing the roller coaster ride of like the false twin flame, that narrative where you're trauma bonded, where you're supposed to be unconditionally loving with this person. They may actually get off on that or take advantage of that in some way. Yeah, someone's contorting the energy. So just be aware of that confusion, chaos, and turbulence. Some people enjoy that. They enjoy getting you up in your head, that Eight of Swords. Something about you not being in your power and then you standing up for yourself. It's like they'll get you to abandon yourself, but then when you stand up for yourself, it contorts your energy in some way. Yeah, like when you're standing in your power, this person tries to pull you down. You're intense, you're capable. You might go through some extremes in your energy levels. Like sometimes it's like you have to do a lot of work on yourself to build yourself back up after dealing with this person. And that can be part of the karmic relationship lesson for you, is that it's testing you in some way. Yeah, strength. Yeah, when you're feeling empowered, main character energy, and powerful and strong, this person tries to create confusion in your head. This is how they get power. That's how you know it's a false twin flame, is that it's constantly draining your energy because you're having to put so much more energy into building yourself back up after dealing with them. And be careful with the whole twin flame narrative. Many of you have awakened to the idea that this is a mind programming to keep people stuck in illusions and false realities and trauma bonds and toxic relationships. So be aware of that as well. These connections, yes, you can spiritually evolve, but at the same time, at what cost to your growth? If something's constantly pulling you back and testing you, you've got to decide whether or not you want that confusion and turbulence in your life at this time. Especially if you're trying to grow something or step into your power. This person's testing your power, your endurance, your strength. What about this cat fight? What was this? Yeah, we have the Seven of Swords. You called them out on their betrayal, their avoidance, their sneaky behavior. This person was being sneaky. They were being deceptive, and you clocked it because you knew something was going on. Your sixth sense kicked in. You're like, wait a second, something is off here. This person is destroyed, and it's because you didn't feel confident. You felt ungrounded. You'll feel when someone's betraying you or being deceptive or sneaky, right? It started an argument. They could have been going behind your back, not being really honest or faithful to you. And that's what causes that contorted turbulence. It destroys your confidence. Because if this person's keeping their options open, or if they're not committing, It's going to get you to doubt yourself. And they knew that. And the Sun in reverse again. It was affecting you. Expressed that you were not happy. So everything was happy, everything was blissful, and there was a sudden shift. Someone could have really changed up on you too. It's like everything felt really good. They shifted their behavior or were acting sneaky, and it did come off as unexpected. It did create confusion. Ooh. And you're someone that's very stable, grounded, committed. And also there was a lack of clarity. The Sun in reverse can also be lack of clarity, confusion. Because then when you're confused, what do? You spend a lot of time and energy trying to figure out someone's behavior, and they knew that. They know that you're wanting and this person is, they use charisma and they lead from a distortion. King of Wands in the reverse is somebody that wants a lot of attention, but then they don't reciprocate that. This person wanted to trigger you. They may know that they're triggering you unnecessarily. And the King of Pentacles in the reverse, they're not giving you security or stability. They don't plan on providing you anything. This is somebody that wants to take from you. Both the King of Wands and the King of Pentacles being in reverse. Be very careful about giving any of your time or effort to this person. They like you to give them a lot of attention and stability, and they don't give it back. They're selfish. And like we have little babies. Some of you children are involved, like as far as nurturing something new, nurturing the relationship was very vulnerable. And they're not offering you any sort of reassurance or stability, but they definitely are feeling, King of Cups in the reverse. They want to, this offer, it's an emotional manipulation. If they're acting warm or emotionally mature, it's false. They're going to lie and you're going to sense it. Because if you were to accept the offer, you're going to still feel confused. You're not going to trust it. You don't trust this person. And that says a lot. If you can't trust somebody to bring any sort of stability or commitment into your life, they're just going to drain you. They're going to take from you. Even if it's spiritually or emotionally or energetically. And not some of you, they might try to take from you materially, but all of that drains you of your purpose. And they're wanting to bond. This is like devil energy too. They want to get you bound to them in some way. Generosity. But what I'm getting with the Six of Pentacles, it's going to be transactional. It's going to be with strings attached. They're going to give just enough to keep you hooked. Or they're going to give to you, but they're going to expect something in return. This is not unconditional or from a loving place. This is to keep you bound to them or obligated. It's like going to come with strings attached. It's like they want you to feel obligated to continue giving to them. So they may give you a little bit. They'll come in acting like they're more emotionally available. But be aware of their intentions. And then, Seven of Wands, they want you to let your guard down. They want you to let them back in. This is a game for this person. I think people, like narcissistic type people, tend to get off of getting what they want. I mean, every single king here is in reverse. They're emotionally unavailable. They're emotionally manipulative. They're going to give just enough to keep you feeling obligated to them. They're also going to want their ego fed. They're going to want to be able to feed off you energetically. They're wanting to have power and control or dominance over you. So you have every reason to feel like you're abandoning yourself when you're dealing with this person and you're the Queen of Wands. You're alluring, magnetic, you're confident, you're in that dark feminine energy. Very attractive. But this person wants to keep you in a karmic cycle with the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse and Two of Pentacles. They want to get you out of balance in some way. This person's going to test your growth and your boundaries and how much you're willing to stand up for yourself. Big time. So what's a closing message from Spirit? Just be forewarned. I'm getting a very roller coaster. It could be very passionate. False twin flame energy is very passionate. It's very intense, but it's karmic. You will learn lessons and be tested in a dynamic like this. And do you want to expend your energy? You can end up wasting a lot of time and energy on somebody like this as well. Because let's say you are trying to level up, take care of yourself, create something. And if you're expending all your energy dealing with this chaos, you're not going to have any energy left. And they benefit from that because they get power and control in the situation. Pillar of strength. Fortify your resolve and stand strong in your truth. Do not let others undermine your faith. Yes. Someone's trying to undermine your faith in yourself. They're wanting to devalue you. They're wanting to seduce you. They're going to play on your sensual energy. And they don't want you protecting and guarding yourself. They don't want you to be defensive anymore because you started to get defensive and they didn't like that. So this person's going to up their antics right now as far as lies, deception, manipulation. And also good fortune. Yes, you have good fortune coming. Abundance and prosperity are flowing into your life now. Open your arms to receive. Yeah, this person could block your abundance, meaning that they get you out of the energy of receiving because they're a taker. You are their good fortune, but they aren't yours. It's not balanced. Like I said, they may come in with gifts, but I don't think they're going to continue doing that because they want to, benefit off of that good fortune and abundant energy that you are vibrating in. And it's not just about wealth or status. This could just be energy because sun and star. Yeah, don't let somebody take that away from you. You need to stand firm. Safe retreat. Allow yourself to take some time to contemplate your next move in a safe space. Yeah, keep yourself safe. Don't be afraid to retreat or set boundaries with this person. But they're making a plan. I feel like this person is going to come back around and just be on guard because your intuition is not steering you wrong right now. You need to be that pillar of strength and keep focusing on your good fortune and your growth right now. And I'm here to support that. So much love and light to you. And please like, share, and subscribe. And hope to see you here again. Bye.